Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I haven't posted in a while, but it's been very busy. One of the reasons I've been busy is this particular project here. I have a client that I built an aquarium for coming up to a milestone, which is 25 years. Not such a big deal for smaller aquariums, but this tank is over 10 feet long and holds about 4,000 pounds of water. I'm not going to go into all the reasonings for what we decided to do and everything. I'll leave that for my other channel. I'll leave a link to that video below. But I do want to go over some of the build changes I tried, and that particular thing you just saw right there. I decided I wanted to try a blade that's actually designed, or says it's designed for cutting acrylic and also for cutting, in this particular case, brass and aluminum. The brass and aluminum part I haven't tried out yet, but as you can see here, I'm cutting some acrylic. This is 1/4 inch. And I've come to a conclusion very quickly that I don't like it. And the reason is right there, just as the back end of the saw blade makes contact with the cut, the tooth geometry for this is just not sufficient. It actually does a little tiny amount of a trim on that edge as it's passing through right there. And not a big deal for this particular project because this is a filter hanging over an aquarium, and if it does tend to have a tiny little drip here and there, it's not going to matter. It's just going to pour back in the aquarium. But that's definitely a big no-no for when I'm doing most of my other builds for filters or whatever other acrylic project I have. It means the weld is not going to be as good as it could be, and so that's a big concern. As time goes on and the fall comes and I start doing more projects for other things, I'll let you know how it works for brass and for aluminum, because I do need to cut those sorts of things as well. But anyway, as is, it's yeah, I don't care for it. I left this shot in here because I wanted to show you the light was just perfect, and you can see how the methylene chloride wicks in, and that is where I could get issues with that particular blade if it left a little teeny ridge. That teeny ridge would be, well, in this particular case, roughly in the middle of that cut, and that could end up being a spot where it leaks. As it turns out, I got this together well. It took a little bit of extra time, as you're going to see right here now. I had to be more careful in lining everything up. I also had to be more careful in the amount of methylene chloride in, make sure that there was sufficient amount to melt any kind of small ridge. Anyway, it adds time. And as you can see of all these pieces here, these are only the pieces for one of the builds. I needed 2 of these filters. And adding, even 10-15 seconds to a particular weld, by the time you're done, it's going to add hours. And yeah, I didn't have that kind of time to spare and waste on this sort of thing. And I'm going to definitely go back to my regular blade that I use. And by the way, I'm leaving out a lot of details on how to do the welding and everything because I have made many videos on that, and I will, well, I should at some point create a playlist, but I haven't yet. They're pretty obvious. There's welding basics and more advanced level stuff and everything that goes there. And one of the things I always talk about, and is very important, is when you're cutting a particular measurement. In this particular case, it was the width of the any one of these pieces. Cut them all at the same time. But even then, as you can see here, it doesn't always work out because while you're cutting that many pieces, what happens sometimes is you, well, don't quite hold it properly, and it only takes a small amount, and it won't quite fit snugly. And it was easy to adjust and make it so that it fits properly. By the way, this is a bracket for holding on the input pipes for the filter, just so there's not too much tension on any one of the joints. And as you can see, it now fits properly. And the other thing is, it's been a while since I had built a trickle filter, and I'm not sure I put the clip in here, but even when it fits properly, there are some issues with it because these trays, well, all that stuff at the bottom are going to be made into trays, and those trays have to, at some point in time, be removed from the filter for cleaning. It's not very often. I mean, it could go 5-10 years before I have to pull out any of the lower trays, but you should be able to do so just in case something needs to be done with it. And I had forgotten to allow for that, to give it a little bit of a well, just a little bit of room. Oh yeah, here, I actually did put it in. Here you go. This is properly cut for something I was going to weld to the side of this, but as you can see, even though they do fit in, it's too snug. All it takes is a little piece of gravel, a snail shell, a bit of dirt even, and it's not going to come out. So I had to redo those. And yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. That's the reason why I do those sheets that you saw at the beginning. I always write out what it's going to look like, and then all the different sizes, because I often catch, not in this particular case, but I often catch things that are not quite right. But this is fine. This fits in perfectly. And I'm going to put all these together, and I'm going to add one more clip at the end of this. I want to show you it running. You can obviously pop over to the other channel, because there's going to be a video series on this particular build, because it's a large tank and a lot of work going into it. So I thought I'd put a video series together showing you, or everyone who's interested in it, how it all goes together. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Leave comments. Let me know if these sorts of complex acrylic builds are of interest to you, or if there's any particular acrylic builds you want to see, and I will try and get around to that once the summer busyness slows down and my workday goes back to normal. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave comments and let me know all that stuff. And here we go. We'll just leave off with this filter running. Anyway, bye for now, and thanks again for watching.